Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm Teresa and welcome back to my channel Lost My Thread. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my key fall sewing plans. Now I know it is a total cliche, but I just cannot believe it is fall already. I don't know where that summer went. I feel like it just flew by, but that's just kind of life these days as far as I'm concerned, and probably life most of the time, let's be honest. Now I did want to be very specific in my language to tell you that I'm going to be sharing with you some key sewing ideas because this is not necessarily everything that I'm making in the fall. Something I've been learning as I've been making these videos over the seasons is that at the beginning of the season, I think about all the stuff I want to make, I get super excited, make a long list of projects, and then of course as the season goes on, little things surprise me, they sneak in, I see fabrics that speak to me that I have to use, and I don't end up making all the things that I've told you that I was planning to make. So this time round, I thought I would simplify things. I've got 4 projects I'm going to tell you about. That doesn't mean that's all I'm going to be sewing, but these are the ones that I'm most excited about that I really want to make sure that I get done at some point over the next few months. The first one I'll tell you about is one that I can show you I've kind of almost made before. I've almost completely made, and that is the Ginger Jeans by Chore Patterns. So the Ginger Jeans pattern I feel like is kind of the OG home sewist jeans pattern. It went out there before there were any other jeans patterns certainly that I knew of, and they were the first, I think, kind of cool skinny jean looking pattern. I have heard that skinny jeans are not necessarily still in fashion, but I'm gonna wear what I'm comfortable in, and that's what I want to make this year round. I really like having the stretchy elastic element in my jeans. I find that really comfortable to wear, and I felt like I needed to make the sewing pattern that so many people in the sewing community have made already. If you're not familiar with the Ginger Jeans, you probably need to get over on Instagram and check out the Instagram sewing community because these are a big favorite over there. Look at the hashtag Ginger Jeans and you will see, it's gotta be thousands at this point of pairs that people have made. They are made with stretch denim because they are meant to be really stretchy and tight fitted across the bum and the hips. And then there is an option to have a kind of slim stovepipe length leg so that it's not completely tight across the whole leg, or you can have it tight all the way down. There's also a low rise or a mid rise option. They are classic skinny jeans, what you imagine you would buy in a shop. That's what you're going to be making. They've got the cute little 5th pocket detail. They've got all the classic top stitching details. Chore also give you a free downloadable back pocket pattern option. So if you want to do some design on the back pockets, you can download their templates, put them onto your jeans. I tried making these jeans. It would have been pre-pandemic, so that gives you an idea of when it was that I started them. And I made them and I did a baste fit and they seemed great. And then when I made the actual jeans and I tried to put them on, they were way too small. I do think partly I put on a tiny bit of weight. I do think the little basting stitch lines that I'd adjusted, maybe I wasn't quite as precise when I was sewing up the proper pair in the end. The other thing is there's an optional, what they call a pocket stay. So it's a plain piece of cotton fabric that you put from the inside zipper or the front zipper all the way to the side seam that goes across the front of your tummy, and that's just supposed to hold everything in to be a bit more comfortable. But I will say for me, I think that just meant not having that stretch in the front section really didn't do me any favors. It meant that the whole thing was just too tight overall. I have done a lot more sewing since I first tried to make these jeans. I've made trousers multiple times since I tried to make these. I have a lot more experience with fitting, a lot more experience with the top stitching. So I feel like this time round, they will be neater, they will be nicer, they should fit me better. I've also done a whole lot of research about picking the right size for this pattern, so I feel like I stand a better chance. I will show you the first pair of almost completed jeans. I did actually have a waistband section that I took off in the hopes that if I just adjusted the waistband then they might fit, but they're just too small, and also I just don't feel like they're as neat as I'd like them to be, and I think I could do a whole lot better if I started from scratch. So this is my first pair of mostly made ginger jeans. As you can see, this super cute 5th pocket detail there, all of the great gold top stitching. Like I said, there's a waistband that's missing above this, but I installed the front zipper fly. I had these super cute pocket bags on the inside, so I'm hoping I can find a way to still keep this fabric. But like I said, these did not work out. I even made the back pockets using their little templates with this back pocket detail, which I thought was really cute. I may use these on my next pair that I'm gonna make, but I'm not too sure. I feel like I wanna use different color top stitching threads, so watch this space. But when I bought this fabric, I actually bought a little bit more than recommended, and in the end, I have enough fabric to make a whole nother pair. So I think that it should be pretty straightforward to try and put these together, I say, knowing how much I struggled last time. But this is a really nice dark indigo denim. It's got a good amount of stretch to it. It is supposed to have, I think it's 2 to 3% elastane. I'll put in down below because I'm not too sure what it is, but I'll put it up on the screen. This denim came from Guthrie and Ghani. It's really nice quality stretch denim fabric. And I know that once I do get the fit right and I get them right, I'm gonna wear them for years to come. They're gonna be an absolute staple in my wardrobe. The next two that I'm going to tell you about came from fabrics that I got from Melanated Fabrics that I had ordered to my parents' house when I went to Chicago, so I was able to pick them up when I went home recently. I did a whole video about the fabric order that I did from both there and Blackbird Fabrics, so I will put a card up there that you can have a look at that at some point. FYI, if you do click on that card up there, it will actually just put it in a playlist for you. It won't necessarily link to that video, which is what I thought it would do, so don't be afraid to click on the card link. But like I said, these two both came from that shop that I did, and I had asked people who watched my fabric haul video, what do you think would be a good pattern to use for these particular fabrics? And you guys are awesome, and you gave me so many good suggestions. So thank you everyone who gave me a suggestion. I honestly think every suggestion that I was given was really great, but obviously I can't do them all. And I decided to pick a couple that came from the viewers. So thank you again so much if you gave me this suggestion. You are a star, and I will put your name up because I'm sorry, I can't remember everyone's names right now. The first one was from some really glorious double brushed poly fabric that I got. So double brushed poly, or DBP if you're in the club, which maybe I am now. It's my first purchase of DBP, so we'll see how it goes. Double brushed poly is a fabric that is extremely loved by many people across North America who can easily access this fabric, but I have yet to find a place where I can find this in the UK, so I had to buy some when I was back home in the States so that I could bring it back and try it out. This fabric, I hope you can see how glorious it is. It is probably my favorite purchase from everything that I got on that trip back home. It has this really incredible, beautiful, delicate pink and different shades of pink flowers on there. It's a dark blue navy print. Double brushed poly, the idea of it is that it's a polyester fabric, so it's generally not as pricey as some of the more high-end fabrics. It's not super cheap, but it's not as expensive as I would expect for the quality of it and the way that it feels. The impression I get is that it washes and wears really well. It's a stretchy fabric and it is incredibly soft to touch. It feels so gorgeous. I had some suggestions to make some pajamas out of this, and I totally get it. They would be the most luxurious, cozy, comfortable pajamas, but I'm not gonna do that. I will tell you what I'm gonna do. But it's soft on both sides, so it double brushed, so you've got that really soft element on both sides. Like I said, it stretches incredibly well, and it doesn't pale on stretching. So you know some stretchy things, if it stretches over a curvy area, it looks whiter underneath because it is white on the back, but this seems to keep its color throughout. It's, like I said, super stretchy. It's really slinky and drapey as well, so it's got a really wonderful movement. So I felt like there was so much I could do with this fabric, but I didn't know what to do. And one suggestion I had, which is such a good one, is the Mayfair dress by Nina Lee Patterns. I've never actually made a Nina Lee pattern before, and maybe that's just because it's not particularly, a lot of the things she makes aren't really my style. As cool as they look, and as much as I really like them, and I love her whole aesthetic, it's not necessarily my aesthetic. But this dress is 100% something I could see on me. So I'll tell you a bit about that dress if you're not familiar with it. It is meant to be made with a stretchy fabric, and I would say it looks like it would work best with something with quite a bit of drape to it. So I think this one will be really good. There's some different options. There's variations. You can do shorter length, longer length. So I think you can do kind of midi, mini, or maxi. I'm gonna go for a full maxi length because I'm talking colder weather, what I want to wear. There's some sleeve length options as well. I'm probably gonna go for a 3/4 length sleeve, or possibly like I've got here, this kind of elbow length sleeve. This is the Joni Dress by Tilly and the Buttons, but I prefer a shorter sleeve. I want to feel like I'm covered somewhat in the colder weather, but I want to be able to wear this to work as well, and I need to be able to be bare below the elbow, so I'd be pulling the sleeve up constantly if it was a long sleeve. So I might go 3/4 or elbow length sleeve. We'll watch and see what I decide to do. There's a lot of really beautiful details on this. So it's got what they describe as an all-in-one collar. I wouldn't say it particularly looks like a collar per se. It does have an extra length at the back of the neckline, and that I feel like just looks like gathers as it comes around the front, but it's a really cool, unique look, especially with that drapey fabric. I think it looks like a really pretty way to add a little bit of fullness in the bust area. There are also some waist gathers as well, so again, giving you that little bit of extra shaping, and there's a tie as well that you can either tie at the front or tie at the back, depending on the kind of look that you're going for. I think it will be a really pretty feminine dress. I feel like it would be really elegant. There's quite a deep V there at the front, and I think I will probably raise that just a little bit, only because I want to feel like it's definitely going to be good to be wearing for work, because I am planning to wear it for work. But I really think, given the fabric that I've got, it's going to be super comfortable. It's going to keep me nice and cozy and warm on those chillier days as well, and I'm really excited to make it. The next one is this really beautiful buffalo check cotton fabric. So if I can show you from the front, it looks just like a classic woven cotton. You can see there's a bit of a twill look to the weave there, and we've got this nice black and white check design. It's quite a chunky size check. When I got this, I was thinking of making some kind of an oversized shirt that I can wear layering over things, but it ended up being heavier weight than I realized it was going to be. It's definitely a medium to heavier weight cotton fabric because it's also brushed. So on the inside, you have this really nice, soft, flannelly look to it. So the outside compared to the inside, hopefully you can see the difference. But this inside is super soft and fluffy and cozy. And I feel like this is actually more of a jacket feel than I was expecting. So I decided to call out to my awesome YouTube viewers and see if anyone had any suggestions. And again, I got lots of great suggestions, if I had to just pick one of them. And the one I thought really won it for me as the perfect option for this fabric is the Julien Chore coat. This is a pattern that I hadn't heard of before. It's by a company called Ready to Sew. It looks like it's a French pattern company. It's a chore coat, so the idea is that it's a loose, oversized jacket look to it, but it also has some shirt elements as well. So it's got a collar. It's not a full collar with a collar stand, so it's just a little short collared section. There are some nice button cuff details on here. There's some cute patch pockets just to liven it up a little bit. And I think it would be a lot of fun to play with the direction of this fabric as well, so I can decide what I want to do maybe on the bias rather than on the grain, just to add a little bit more interest within that coat. But I feel like that will work out really well. It's an oversized look. It's a dropped shoulder before the long sleeve, and I feel like that will be really nice to wear just in a chilly day at home, but I can also then wear it as a jacket in the fall if I manage to get it sewn up a bit sooner. So I feel like this one will be a great, just interchangeable, lots of seasons. Because it's black and white, it's going to go with pretty much everything, and I think that's going to work out really cool. So thank you again, whoever suggested that particular pattern. You were spot on, honestly. I think it's such a great choice. The last one to tell you about is a fabric that I've been holding on to and excited to do something with since I bought it. It's a fabric that I got from the Fabric Godmother. It is long sold out. It kind of came and went so fast because it was so beautiful. A lot of people just nabbed it like I did. This is a really beautiful linen fabric. It's 100% linen. It's called shot linen. So it's a specific way that the linen is woven with multiple colors. So let me show it to you up close so you can hopefully see what it's like. It has different colors for the warped and the weft fibers. So vertically here, you can see that it's a white, you may not be able to tell, but it's woven with white up and down, and it's red across. So you get both of those colors showing through. Because it's linen, it's got this really nice slubby texture to it. I really like the irregularity of the weave and how that looks. But this fabric has such a cool effect depending on how far away from it you are. It either you can see like the reds and the whites, or a bit further back, it just has more of a pinky feel. And I don't know if it comes across in the video, but I do feel like, depending how the light hits it, it has almost a slight shimmery look to it, so it can look a little bit more darker red in certain areas and a little bit more white in certain areas. I'm trying to get it to come across in this video, and I think it's probably not. I'll do some pictures if I feel like I can't get it to come across visually. This is 100% linen. I do really love working with and wearing linen fabrics. It's super comfortable and breathable, and I thought it would be nice to have something that would be more of an autumnal linen feel, because a lot of the things that I have are more summery. My plans with this fabric is to make a Zadie jumpsuit dress hack. So the Zadie jumpsuit is a paper theory pattern that I'm sure many of you will know about. I've talked about multiple times because I've made a couple of Zadie jumpsuits myself. It's a wrap style jumpsuit with a drop sleeve. There is an option to have a longer sleeve. I've only ever done short sleeve options before, but it is super cute and flattering, I feel like, on everyone. I've never seen a Zadie jumpsuit not look good. It is meant to be very oversized, so I actually sized down a little bit because I prefer it to be a little bit more fitted, but it's a full wrap that goes all the way around. Ever since I made this jumpsuit, I've been wanting to do a dress hack because it would be so easy just to take the top half of the bodice section and just change the trousers to a big rectangle piece, and then you've got yourself a jumpsuit, and that is totally what I'm planning to do. I'm going to go for more of a maxi length. Again, we're thinking for the cooler weather, I want to be nice and comfortable, and I want to go for that longer sleeve option. Might go for 3/4 length, we'll see what I decide to do there, but I think this is going to be so pretty, so fun, and so easy to whip together. The one thing I will say is I am going to do what I did on my previous Zadie jumpsuit. I'm going to adapt the neckline a little bit. So I do feel like the original one, it's a little bit too gapey across my bust. I think it just isn't particularly well suited to the full bust in my opinion. But I do feel like the Peppermint wrap top, and it's a free sewing pattern from Peppermint magazine designed by LB Textiles. It sits exactly right across my bust. So I ended up mashing those two together to make my most recent Zadie jumpsuit, and I feel like it hits me in just the right place and it doesn't gape as the day goes on. So I'm planning to use that similar neckline for my dress hack of the Zadie jumpsuit. If you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button and stick around. Give me a like if you enjoyed my video as well. It just helps other people to have this video suggested so they might find my channel. Let me know what you're planning to make this fall too, because I do have some room for a few projects to sneak in, and I know you guys are really great inspiration for me, and I would love to sneak in a few more of your suggestions along this fall. I hope you're all doing really well, and I can't wait to see you all again soon. Bye!